Hey, Cigar Craig here tonight talking with Rick Rodriguez from West Tampa Tobacco Company. How's it going, Rick?
Great. Thank you so much for having me. But it's been a quick and long and short 11 months. But
Oh,
we're
yeah.
looking forward to, May the 2nd will be our first birthday party.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing what we started from and where we're at today. It's just, if it's a dream, bro, I don't want to wake up. I don't want.
Hmm.
It's one of the best dreams I've ever had in my life. So I don't want to wake up, but I think it's through hard work and effort, and just knowing this business and doing one thing right. Just treat people with respect, from
Right?
the shop owners to the consumers to the rollers to the tobacco guys to the owners. You know what? It is simple. Respect these people that are working hard for you, and it's going to be paid it back tenfold.
Absolutely. I just talking to one of my local tobacconists on the way home tonight, and he showed me a poster on the wall from the last time you were at his store for an event, and I don't remember when it was. It wasn't dated, but it was quite yellowed. It was a few years old. But yeah, he was saying, a lot of cigars, the personality behind them is one of the driving sales pieces. That the people like the guy that makes it, and I think that's there's a lot to be said for that. But you got to be able to back it up with good cigars, and I think
Exactly.
and you have been backing it up with good cigars.
Yeah.
Um, we're both, I think, smoking the Attic series, right?
The attic. Yep. I'm smoking one right
And
now too. And
this is
but
I love
I
it.
think you're right because again, I've always said to anybody was working with General Cigar and CL or La Gloria or West Tampa today. I said to the factory guys, "Hey, bro, I can sell this in to any shop you want me to one time. It's up to you to sell it the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the 100th time, because without you doing this blend the right way every time, we're
Yeah,
just
you're sunk.
wasting your time." And so
Yep.
I've always believed that and respect those guys for what they do and respect what I do. And then just go, let's go up. And because if you believe in that cigar has a fighting chance. Doesn't say because you love it, it's going to be a hit because everybody's palate, everybody's taste profile is different. So
Yeah.
you bleed into this packaging, you bleed into this blend, and you release to the world. It's like raising a child. You don't know until
Yeah.
somebody meets
Yeah.
your child and like, "Ugh, what's that? What?" So
Yeah, that was another thing that we mentioned is that there's some guys that make great cigars, but the cigars only sell when they're there doing events.
right.
It doesn't seem to be the case so far with your line, as far as I'm seeing in the stores. They're
And
moving
for
really
I think
well,
Yeah, and
which is good.
reverse that too. I think there's some people doing the presentation for their companies, and they do damage to that line because they're not the entertainer, the speaker that they know the tobacco, but they don't have the ability to share that knowledge. And fortunately for me, when you look at my training, who
Yep,
trained me? Uh,
absolutely.
these guys were teachers, and so I just learned to be a teacher. And so when I'm doing events, I can share our the knowledge of tobacco and bite-sized pieces that everybody understands, and that's what I want to do.
Right, right. Yeah, no, that's important. And I've been to your events on several occasions uh,
Mhm,
in your previous life, and
mhm.
man, you do a great job.
Yeah,
Always good. Always
yeah.
good.
They want to be entertained, but they
Hmm.
don't realize what they want us to entertain them with. And Benji Menendez said, "Hey, these are cigar guys. They want
That's right.
to learn about cigars. They don't really care about your history, where you went to high school. That's
Sure.
bullshit. Don't worry about that. Talk about what they are there for, the knowledge of the cigar." And so it's helped me because Typically, when I do an event, I do a little commercial at the beginning. I
Right.
represent CAO or West Tampa. Uh, that's it. Okay, let's move into what we do behind the scenes to help you enjoy any cigar you're smoking out there. I don't care
Right.
if it's Rocky Patel, Papine, they're all making beautiful, great cigars. But I want to share why and how with you guys. So you can enjoy West Tampa today,
Yep.
or Rocky Patel tomorrow a little bit more. Perfect. Perfect.
Yep. So let's talk a little bit about this Attic series.
Mhm.
Now, this is Attic series is kind of your experimental playground of sorts, right? And the
Is
first
where
one in that series is the Attic. So refresh me and my audience on where the Attic name comes from and why
so
what the
this is
significance of the this being the Attic
so the
of the Attic
attic is
series.
going to be kind of my playground because when you look at West Tampa white and black and now red coming out to the market, those are cigars are all the time there. So there's
Right.
more foundation cigars. Sometimes we want to play in an arena that we may be not playing full time in. And so, what the addicts are going to do for us is two or three things. Allow me to share personal stories through this series of Addict, changing
Right.
the name, changing the package, relating that back to a story, a personal story from my life, my cigar history, and also gives us ability to test market a blend without kind of saying to everybody, we have a new blend on the market. We don't know if it's going to work or not, but you need to buy all these sizes and all these boxes.
Hmm.
Or we can test a blend and say, hey, it's a 14 count box. You could buy one box, 10 boxes, test it out with your fan base. And that's so Attic One was that for us. A chess blend for see if the fans of coming into West Tampa enjoys that blend. And overwhelmingly, the response was very positive. Very
Right. Right.
positive.
Now, did this have any? I know this shares some tobacco with the red. Did that test market have anything to do with the red
Exactly,
coming to
exactly what we
fruition?
do. So
Okay.
if I was a betting man, I would say to you without saying out loud. But if you enjoy the attic, you're going to love the red. You're going
Right.
to love the red. And so what we're going to do with the attic is kind of a price point of $13, and the red is going to be in line with the white and the black, but
Right.
the same wrapper we're using, the Mexican wrapper,
Hmm.
same fillers and all that. So yeah, it was a test blend, and
Interesting.
we're
Okay.
excited to say if you like attic, you're going to love red.
That's cool. So the what's next in the Attic series,
Hmm?
name wise? What I'm sure you have a pathway. Is it like
For
the
sure.
second floor and then the first floor and then the
No,
basement, or how are
that
we looking at?
now we're going to. There's two kind of maybe three roads that we want to go down with attic. Attic, the first one was to get the fan base of West Tampa used to this series called Attic. So
Mhm.
Attic was always going to be a part of every series, but play a smaller part, just Attic. And then whatever we want to kind of tell that story to match that cigar would take over the naming of that. And so we know that, and I have a great story that I want to share with
Okay.
everybody about a Christmas back in the day when I was a young man, and this crazy father I have, uh, 2 days before Christmas, moved us from Tampa to Alabama. 2 days before Christmas, with the
Wow.
Christmas tree on top of the roof, we're out of here. And so that's funny story. Well, sad back in the day, funny today, and we're
Right.
going to sell that story. How? Well, by the picture on the box, you're going to say, okay, what is this? And then the QR code that you see on the foot is always going to allow us to share the story of that blend or that box or that presentation. Why are you having a Christmas tree on top of the car? Well, just go to that little
Yeah.
PR, and then you'll
There's
hear me actually telling the story.
there's the QR code if
Yep, yep,
people wanna scan the video. I think
yep.
it might even work. That's cool.
And so that's
So
a, that's going to be that series. So we think we will launch sometimes. We want to get to maybe once a year because we launched Attic this first series. About 6 months ago. We want to do a one more shot for Christmas. So I think we're going to launch a Christmas theme Attic
neat. Okay.
series, and you'll see that at the trade show when we visit together.
Nice, nice. So how often are you getting down to the factory?
Well, not as often I want to, but my job right now is to do events, get out there. So I think I'm gonna be back. I just left in I think I was there in January, and I'll be back in maybe the beginning or mid July, and
Hmm,
to watch the product for the Attic series come out to play, and then maybe one more time because my daughter now just got back from training for 3 months in the factory.
right.
She's going to be that person that's going to really kind of bridge West Tampa, U.S. for the factory. So she'll be going down there much more. I'm going to be
Nice.
going down there. Hmm.
So that leads. I was going to ask you how Sarah made out in her training. She's now a full-fledged roller and
Yep.
knows how everything works. And the the one thing I keep asking, I asked her when I saw her in Tampa, and I asked you
Mhm.
a couple of weeks ago, has she smoked a cigar yet?
No, she hasn't. She said that time will come.
Yeah.
Like me, one of the things that everybody's shocked with is this. What do you, if I ask this question, when do you think I started to smoke cigars? Everybody, bro, with your history,
The answer.
your stories, you grew up smoking cigars. No, I started smoking cigars the day I was hired with General Cigar at 40
Yeah.
years old. And
Wow.
so
What
it
year?
would
What
come
year was
to
that, Rick?
that was
What year was it?
2000.
Was it
January of
2005?
2000 is
Yeah.
when
I've
I
been smoking
was.
cigars longer than you have.
Yes, yeah, it's amazing because
Right?
I live on my history. My grandfather,
Hmm.
grandmother from Cuba, rollers. My grandfather and grandmother smoked cigars. Skipped my dad's generation, and I didn't pick it up until maybe smoked maybe two cigars uh, before that. And when I say two
Right.
cigars,
Just
not
kind of
two
goofing off, right?
full cigars. You
Yeah.
know, couple of puffs,
Yep.
like, oh my God, what is this? And I think I was inhaling and all that. So, but yeah, I
Hmm.
think Sarah loves everything. If you have the pie set up in front of her, the only sliver that's missing is the enjoyment of smoking herself. She
Sure.
loves the aroma. She loves the history. She loved the education. She
That's
loved the
great.
fields, the tobacco. So what we didn't want to do is send her out there as the girl in the end of the aisle in your grocery store. Do you want to try this piece of cheese?
Sure.
What can you talk to about? No, well, I'll read together.
Hmm.
So she needed to create her own journey, her own stories. Do not
Right.
follow my journey and my stories. Now you can go out there and say, let me tell you about my training, what I saw, what I learned. And with my dad's knowledge he's been sharing, I can now talk about all of this. And that's what we wanted to do with her.
That'll be wonderful. I look forward to the next time I get to talk to her and see how she. You did mention that she smoked some Puritos at some
Yes,
point.
yes, yes,
So
she did.
she's
She's
good
tried
taste.
a flavor cigar. So I think
It's getting
that
there.
that tug on her heart is going to be so loud. Uh, More and more, now she's going to go with me when I start to blend. You
Hmm.
really don't wanna sample any of that tobacco? You know, that
Right.
pull is going to be there. I think
Sure.
she needs to get over that hump like a lot of new cigar smoker. It's tobacco. Is it like cigarettes? Am I going to get addicted to this? And once you
Sure.
understand, no, bro, you can smoke a cigar once a year and enjoy that cigar. You can smoke it once an hour, once a day, once a week. That's the beauty of cigar smoker. You
Yep.
know, you don't need to worry about, oh, now I have to always smoke. So no, no. So
See, now she's been around you for the majority of life,
yeah,
smoking cigars, right? So she's
yeah.
not unfamiliar with the smoky room. My
No, she
fear
has
would
no
be
problem
she,
with that. She has
yeah, my
no
fear would
problem with
be
that.
would have been she gets into a cigar shop with
Yeah,
25 guys smoking cigars and
yeah,
gets a
yeah,
little
yeah,
overwhelmed.
yeah, yeah.
That's
So
where.
we tested it out in the garage with
Hmm.
my
Uh huh.
boys, but we knew that and we talked about that, and we she attended a lot of events before. She went to the Big Smokes with me.
Oh
She
yeah.
went to the Dre shows with me. She did a couple of events. So she loves the aroma
Right.
of the
Oh, good.
cigars,
Yep.
and so that again, everything other than the smoking. If you want her to smell a cigar of
Excuse me.
tobacco, yeah, come on, bro. I love that. So
Nice.
that was a
Nice.
concern of ours. I mean, it's one
Yeah.
thing to sit in the garage with your dad and one guy
Yep.
smoking. Some of these shops, you need to peel
Oh yeah.
smoke just to see the other guy
Oh,
that
I
you're
I
talking.
get I get overwhelmed. I've been smoking
Yes,
cigars
yes.
since the mid '90s, and I get too much smoke's too much smoke. That do me in.
I will say this one time in an event, about 3 hours into the event, you want to smoke a cigar? No, Dad, not today. Well, you're already smoking.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah. I hate to
realize
tell you.
you're already smoking,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
So,
So, how many cigars do you smoke a day on an average day? Just as a smoker.
you know what? About
Yeah.
three cigars
Okay.
a day. When I'm working events, that can creep up
Oh,
to
sure.
5 to 8.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know what? As far as a morning time, when I'm working, it's hard to work
Sure.
in the business called cigars and not
Of course.
enjoy the product. So
Oh, you're
thank
expected to
God.
be have
Yeah.
one in your mouth all the time. Yep.
Yeah. Thank God we're not working in the bakery business. And we're just like, okay, yeah. Because you really? Do I eat my product?
Yeah. Right.
You know, but
Yeah. I my habit is usually one a day.
mhm,
Come home, have dinner, and have a cigar
I love that.
after dinner. That's my generally my pattern. Weekends I can go one in the afternoon, one in the evening,
Well,
or
my
at
question to
an
you,
event. Man, I smoke a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. My question to you, when's the last time you just enjoyed a cigar? Not because
I'm
your
in.
knowledge of because of what you do and how long you've been doing it, you're so used to sampling cigars and thinking about it, the construction, the roll, is it the same blend? Is it consistent? When's the last time all of that? Because that's the hardest part for me. I don't know the
Yeah,
last time
separating.
I was just smoking a cigar and didn't, think about
Hmm.
the blend, the wrapper, the chase, just smoking a cigar, you know?
The last time, well, this one now I'm enjoying.
Mhm.
Um, Last night I had one that it was okay. It didn't really hit my palate,
Right.
but it was a good cigar. I mean, I try and enjoy all the cigars because
I agree. I agree.
if I'm not my I write a blog.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
When that becomes that's kind of something I do to as a part of the enjoyment. And then when it becomes work, it's not so much fun. So
Yeah.
I like to enjoy all the cigars. I don't. I try not to make it work. I try not
I
to make it a
believe
job.
this, the reason I can smoke anybody's cigar is I know the care, the hard work. Now, I'm not gonna say I enjoy that cigar, that's not
Mhm.
my style.
Sure.
Too much of this, but I have to give credit to What was your target? Oh, bro, I want to mention mild cigar, bro. This is a 95.
Hmm.
In my palate, I would judge this as a 75. Why? Because it's not my style. But for that
Sure.
person, that target, you're going to be fine. And sometimes I think the writers don't think that way sometimes. Again, we're all judging, yes, but
Hmm.
judge it for that guy. Would you
Exactly.
that guy that guy that shows up at the shop, gets a car, goes to the humidor, and walks away. That guy loves a Macanito, and we can say, "Oh my God, Macanito," but
Yeah.
there's something about that cigar. So every cigar, every manufacturer right now making cigars has to get up and let's make a shitty cigar today, because you have access to beautiful
Right.
tobacco, you have the ability to roast, so you're in the business, and you have the ability to blend. So you have to say to yourself, let's make a bad cigar. And nobody's doing that.
That's a
But
good
every
thing.
cigar is not for everybody. And so I can
Sure.
rate a cigar. Bro, Cameroon, give me a Cameroon. That Cameroon will never reach a 90. Never, never
Hmm.
in my eyes. And give a Cameroon cigar to a Cameroon's fan, it starts at 90 and works up. Yep. So
So
perfect.
you're not a Cameroon fan, huh? So like
No,
a Fuente Don Carlos
No,
doesn't do it for you,
well,
huh?
no, let's step
Mhm.
back. What I've
Yeah.
always said, if I have to smoke a Cameroon, unfortunately, General Cigar, it's not in your line. I'm going to reach for Fuente. I think they are the king of working with Cameroon. Now,
Absolutely.
General Cigar had their Cameroon.
Yeah, the
Whatever you
Partagas
want
is
to take,
pretty good.
Spartacus,
Mhm.
and the Coiba, and then I was introduced to CAO's Cameroon, and okay, wow, okay, because we redesigned that cigar,
Sure.
and
Yep.
I needed to do a new size, and we did the little dog walker, a little
Right.
torpedo, and that blend with that size. Okay, I need to rethink and retell the story. I don't like Cameroon. I realized I didn't like the Cameroon that these guys were making, but that doesn't say I don't like
Right.
any Cameroon. And so
Well, I
even
mean,
I were convincing myself I need to, because I do enjoy Fuente. I do
sure.
now enjoy Cameroon for CAO, a blend that I didn't do. They did.
Hmm. Right.
But I'm not a
I
fan of
remember.
Cameroon for Partagas or Cohiba.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
doesn't say anything. If you're a
That's
fan of
got to
that,
be the
that's
that's got to be the binder and filler then that's throwing it off, right?
I
Because
I think for me, when that taste has to be tamed, and I think Fuente tames that flavor
hmm
from the wrapper. Because what I'm not enjoying is not, I'm not saying the blend is taking me somewhere else. It's maybe the combination, but that overall experience from that wrapper. And so for me, what they're doing, I would love to learn that process, the temperatures, the length
hmm
of time for fermentation, all these secrets, because we're using the same Cameroon and General Cigar.
well,
We're
that's what I was. Yeah,
yes,
that's where I was going with
but
that.
it is that I've always said, if you own a Burger King and I own McDonald's and somebody owns a Wendy's, at the beginning of the day, we all start with the same thing: a beef patty and a bun. How we process it, what we put on it to give you is totally different. So even if I'm working with Cameroon tobacco and you don't like my Cameroon, doesn't mean you're not going to like Cameroon. Go
Right.
to Rocky. Go to for Fuente. You go to Jello Cigar. You just don't like my version of Cameroon, and so
Yeah.
go on.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So chances are we're not going to see a West Tampa Cameroon. That's what I'm
No,
hearing
chances
from you.
are you will see a West
Oh,
Tampa Cameroon. Yeah, for sure. Because I want
Yeah,
to give fans what they want from me.
sure.
What
Okay.
I don't want to do is dictate. I think you're going to like this because I
Sure.
love
Okay.
this.
I
No.
got you.
So now, do I currently have on my team blending wise that know how to work with Cameroon, enjoy Cameroon, and so we can work together because it's going to be hard for me to
Right.
prepare without the help of, hey, don't use that tobacco or fight with the Cameroon because I don't work with that often. So I don't know what tobaccos really marry with
Sure.
Cameroon and what tobaccos fight with Cameroon.
I can imagine you might have some trouble procuring good Cameroon as well. So
Exactly, exactly. So,
working with
you
a
know,
small factory.
my factory, when I said, how many wrappers you currently have to work with, he says, two and a half. Okay, okay. Never heard that. All right, two, three. What do you mean two and a half? Well, if you look at the white and black, they're the same
Sure, they're
wrapper.
same wrapper fermented
All
differently,
we're
right?
doing is fermenting the black a little bit longer. It is not Maduro because we're
Sure.
not treating that tobacco to make a Maduro. In our training, my training, so Rocky Patel, Papine, even Fuente.
Mhm.
So no, any dark wrapper means right, the
Right.
Maduro. But my training, if you do not break the starches into sugars and be
Hmm.
able to rotate that and taste that natural, it's not Maduro. You can
Gotcha. Yep.
call it, a black, natural. Like Partick is black. Partick is
Sure.
black is a jet black cigar. And Benji was always
Hmm.
saying, where in the box does it say Maduro? It is, and not. We're just fermenting it, low temperatures, not
Right.
breaking down the starches. A lot of information your fans don't need to know, but
Yeah.
that's the
No, no,
truth,
no. It's good
you know?
stuff. So
So
taking
in
that,
our eyes,
taking
yeah.
that to this cigar,
Mhm.
this cigar, do you call this a Maduro?
I would because
Hmm.
that to me reacts
I would
like
too, because it tastes
Connecticut
like it.
broadleaf. Because
Hmm.
even if you rotate it, you taste that natural, and because that tobacco in Mexico has more starch than it does in Connecticut. So even low
Okay.
temperatures start to break down that starch. It's not as sweet as like a session is, but you
Sure.
can definitely say, okay, okay,
Hmm.
this I
Yeah,
would
because it does
definitely
have
rate
some
that
inherent sweetness. Yep.
exactly. So I would rate that as a Maduro for sure.
And by extension, then the red.
The red will be yes, yes. But what you'll notice about the red, because we're going to launch more cigars, our selection for tobacco range and colors will go up and
Hmm.
down. So do not I have noticed some in the lighter side and some of that deep dark chocolate side that you're smoking.
Hmm.
Almost a gray kind of tint to the lighter side. But if I blindfold you and you didn't see it, same
Okay.
cigar.
Yep.
But your eyes are going to kid you or deceive you and say, "Oh, this is a different cigar." Look at the color range. Don't
Hmm.
don't do that. Don't do that because every factory has a color range
Sure.
from 3 to 7, and in that color range, the only way we to select it is boxing. So we don't want to be a 3 color with a 6 color.
Sure.
That's going to
Yep.
be different. But
Yep.
all the threes, all the fours, all the fives, all the six, all the seven would on one box. Blindfold you, you can tell the difference.
Right.
But your eyes were going to say, this is too dark. I want a lighter version. Oh, this is too light. Oh my God,
Hmm.
bro, don't read into it too much. You
So
know?
you're not using Maduro as a marketing term, basically.
No, 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 no. Because I don't want to turn off the guys that think Maduro equals
Sure.
body.
Right.
Oh, it's
Hmm.
dark. So no. If
Yep.
somebody asked me,
I
do
get you.
you consider this Maduro, but not your black? No, because that natural sweetness is appearing that you do not get from the black.
Right. Right. So you mentioned the factory, and it's a small factory. that you found. That they do great work, and
Oh,
I can
bro, it's amazing.
only think of one other brand comes out of that factory.
Okay.
Is,
Hmm.
is are there more?
They were more. They were more,
Okay,
and that's
that you
to
bumped
that
out.
factory to share that, and are the other companies to share that who they're
Mm-hmm.
working with. But the two that I know of, were kind of pissed off when we selected because they said, "Oh my God, you you found our honey hole. We're
Right?
going to work with this guy." And I said, "Bro, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm work. You continue. Don't worry about me. If anything, I want more work for this guy because he
Mm-hmm.
deserves it." And so, but they said, "No, no, no, we're not." But great factory, great owner, great tobacco, bro, you have a winner with these guys. When I heard that, especially the two that said it to me, I
Mm-hmm.
respect these guys. I really respect, and I've said it out loud. It's such a natural for everybody. I know exactly who he's talking about. Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, you came in there and you asked them to make a ton of cigars, way more cigars than they were used to making. So you
yeah,
must have
yeah.
really stretched their capacity.
That we're scared about that, and we're also scared that right now that we have more eggs in his basket than anybody else. So
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of saying to him, right now we asked you to do this, and you have done that, and we want more from you. Are you capable of more? I said, kind of behind the kind of curtain story. We know that we have a launch for full time next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started to reach out to other manufacturers only because we didn't want to put the pressure on this little factory. Now he's going to control red, white, and black.
Right.
And we approach him and he says, Ricky, with the amount of business we have, we added now two more rollers. And so can you add two more? And he said, no, for sure. People want to work with us. And so okay, that's good. And so why are we searching? It's like you have your wife of
Mm-hmm.
30 years and you're
Right.
constantly looking over the shoulder. And so somebody else, no, you have the love of your life right here. This is
Exactly.
all you need. And so we informed him, you just won without winning, but you're going to do the next full time series for us. And he was
Nice.
so proud. But we have, okay, you need more business too, because, you know, God forbid something happens to West Tampa will destroy him,
Sure.
destroy him.
Yep.
And so that's always on our shoulder. Take care of him, take care, and that's the reason we want to sell, sell, sell because it makes him better and better and better for his employees.
Neat. And you said it's a small factory and they added two rollers, four rollers. How
Hmm.
many total do they have? A dozen or 20, you
20,
said? Or,
20,
yeah,
20.
okay.
And so it's enough for
And
us.
that's a lot of,
And he, yeah, and he's still making
output.
some cigars
Hmm.
for a couple more people. And he had called us. The contract is due. Should I
Mm.
sign up with them? Or I said, oh, no, no, don't ask us.
Yeah.
As long as you, as an owner, can maintain both the companies, if you're going to interfere with my company or
Hmm.
his company, say no to it. But if you can maintain both companies, for sure. They
Awesome.
need your help. I need your help. So, you know, but he wants to grow, and I think he's going to grow his little factory. And so I think he realizes he won the lottery with
Yeah,
us.
right.
And
Exactly.
so I sleep like this, knowing he's working like a baby,
Yep.
and he sleeps like this. I like, oh my God, oh my God. So but
So,
he's a great guy, and one day, he's not going to be in the trade show this year, but next year in March, and so, but he's a
nice.
great conversation, a great family guy. So, but
Perfect.
we when we walked in, I'm used to General Cigar. I'm
Hmm.
used to like an aircraft carrier, and we went
Yeah.
to a canoe. And I said, bro, we need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat than a canoe. So, but
Well, as you know, I visited the factory down there, the General Cigar Factory. One of the first times I met you, probably,
yeah,
back in 2011,
yeah.
and that's just an enormous operation, enormous,
It's
huge.
they taught me so much.
Hmm.
People say, "Are you happy you left General Cigar?" I said, "No, no, no, no. I didn't leave General Cigar. I had the opportunity to work with my family.
Sure,
That's the only reason. I didn't leave General
absolutely.
Cigar or look for the opportunity to work with my family because I didn't
Yeah.
like General Cigar. General Cigar gave me and my family 24 great years of life.
Hmm.
I wanted nothing for my family because General Cigar took care of me. And also, that's just money, but the knowledge, the what they
Sure.
taught me is I can't, how do you think a company that says, okay, good luck, but with your training, you'll be fine. When you
Yeah.
talk, I'm having a conversation tomorrow with Ernesto.
Okay.
Ernesto, again, he taught me,
Hmm.
Benji Menendez, Mr. Coleman, Frank Anessa,
Yes, yeah.
these legendary, these are legendary people.
Yep.
And
Oh yeah.
to,
Well, I started out smoking the stuff that they made.
yeah,
You know,
everybody
the
did.
the La
Everybody
Glorias,
did.
the
Yeah.
Hoyos, the Punches. Yeah, the Partagas. Yep,
And Ernesto is a
absolutely.
great teacher in tobacco. Um, he's one of the guys we're talking about, the showman.
Hmm.
He is not the showman.
Right.
He doesn't like that. He feels uncomfortable. He doesn't know how to have that small conversation. But if you reach out to him personally,
Hmm.
if you see an event, he's going to be like this, smoking a cigar, looking angry, but happy
Yeah.
as a little lamb, but looks
Yeah.
angry all the time. But if you have the opportunity to go and say, Ernesto, how did you do this? That 101
Hmm.
will rock your world. That is what he's comfortable with. That 101, and oh, you're interested in what? And is all there for you. And
Right.
so he's not the big room talker, he's more of the small communicator. And so for him to, and then Benji was the huge room talker.
Right.
This is how you talk to the mass. And, Nesto, it's all about this person to person.
Right.
So I took those lessons and created Ricky. And that way I interact. The mass, I was also small.
Right. Yeah. You get the well balanced education. That's for sure.
Right, right.
For sure. That's for sure. Well, we're coming up on 40 minutes. This is going to be a long video for people to watch, but certainly loaded with
They love it.
all kinds of good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
All kinds of good
Because
stuff, and I
again, no, I love it
appreciate you
because
taking the time, brother.
I just love to share and I love to talk to people. You're easy to talk with because you allow us to talk.
Hmm.
A lot of interviews I do, it's them talking about 80 minutes, and when you actually see me, I'm talking about 10 minutes. It's all about what they know, and you have the tendency, hey, bro,
Oh yeah,
go,
this
go.
isn't about me.
Yeah,
This is about
exactly.
you. I mean, we're
Well,
not.
that's hard because
Yeah,
everybody's not that same way. Everybody that
yeah,
has a blog, it's about them, and a
yeah.
lot of these guys
No,
is about them. And
I
so, yeah, because knowledge
I
is
was
knowledge.
born without an ego. I think.
Eh. I used to have one, and then yeah, something happened, and I was like, yeah, yeah, pretty really, yeah. But
Yeah.
going back to West Tampa and my partner Gus, and
Hmm.
I couldn't do without him because if
Sure.
you have to realize who you are, what you know, and your road.
Strengths, your
And
weaknesses.
so
Yeah.
exactly, so I knew that I knew about the factory side. I knew how to talk to people, to do events. What I didn't know is how to run a day-to-day business,
Sure.
and that is where he comes into play, and his specialty is that. One of the smartest guys I've ever been, with or part of, and so if he can do that, and he doesn't have the ego, he doesn't care.
Sure.
Oh, you didn't mention my name,
Well, you just
but
did, so you
yeah,
made it.
he's happy. But at the end of the day, he knows, hey, bro, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, and the
Good.
company will be fine. And so,
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. Well, I continue to enjoy your cigars quite a bit on a regular basis, and certainly looking forward to the reds hitting the shelf. I've smoked one and really enjoyed it, and can't wait to get my hands on some more.
I was
So that's
thinking about
next
this.
month,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I'm thinking about this. I believe in stars and lighting and all that kind of bullshit. But I said to Gus the other day, I said, if you look at our lines right now, we have three are going to be at three. And if you look at my past with CAO,
Hmm.
we had three on the market before the third one. So if you look at OSA, okay, good cigar still on the market.
Is it?
And Concert, yeah, Concert kind of was,
Right.
a failure, whatever you want to call it, off the market. But we followed it up with Red, with Flathead, and the Red happens to be the top seller. I said, bro, third
Yeah.
cigar, focus on Red. It's got to be from the tobacco gods. This is
Yeah.
going to be the
That's right.
one
That's
that
right.
because every cigar manufacturer, what they need and what they want is one line. At least we got that one. If you have that one, you can do so much. What if you don't have that one? You're always searching for that one. And so I think Macanudo, if you look at General Cigar, at least they had Macanudo. At least they had it. They had Macanudo. And they
Yep.
allowed them to play on everything else. Punch. At least they had Blue
Mhm.
Box. La
Yep.
Gloria. At least they had White Box. So I think Red is going to be that cigar for us. Like, okay,
Good.
Red is, at least we have Red, because that's going to open the doors for a lot of cigar smokers that tried white and black. Okay, good cigar, but not mine. When you taste the red, complex, more flavor. Okay, I can get behind that cigar.
The Macanudo Inspirata Red was really good.
I love that one. I love the
Mhm.
orange. I really
Mhm.
because the orange was made for the European palate,
Right.
the
Yep.
Cubanese, and so
First
I
ones
love
I
that one. Yep, yep.
first oranges I bought were overseas. I picked them up in Iceland, and
That's
they said it
that's
was their best selling cigar in Iceland. And but
mm. Yeah. I'm going back to Europe in June. I'm doing Switzerland, Sweden, and I think France. And then we'll go back to the trade show, and I'm doing Germany when we go back to
uh,
the trade show in September.
Dortmund, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been there to that one?
No, I haven't. I haven't. Be
I would
interesting.
see it. Yeah, it is because it makes our trade show look like, yeah. If you go to our trade show, how much respect our area that we give the pipe guys.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly how we felt as premium cigar people in the trade
Wow.
show in Europe, because it's all about
Like that
everything.
much.
It is tight because they have cigarettes, they have chew, they have pipe tobacco was
Smokes.
huge there.
Yeah.
They have
Hmm.
snuff. They have, I mean, machines rolling cigarettes. They have
Right.
vape, and so
Wow.
and they have premium cigars.
Hmm. Kind of an afterthought, right?
Exactly. Is that
That
because
might that
we
might grow. That
yeah,
might
well, it
grow.
is. It is because the
Mhm.
Cuban is,
Yep.
thank you, Cuba. Thank
Yeah.
you,
Right.
Cuba. There,
Yeah. They're
you can't do anything more for
alienating a
us
lot of
than you're
people,
doing. Yeah.
right? They are
Well,
alienating a lot of consumers. That's for sure.
who's controlling Cuba outside of Cuba? the Chinese.
China.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. And so that spigot that we're always saying to the Europeans, that spigot, if the U.S. opens a market to Cuba, that spigot is going to be turned off. It's going to go. Now we never talk about China, and that
Right.
spigot is slowly being cut off because more of that product is now going to the Asian countries.
Yep.
And that was an afterthought 10 years ago. Oh, Asia, you get 2,000 boxes a year of Cuban cigars. Now they
Right.
control it,
Yep.
and so
Amazing.
all these humidors are kind of shrinking with Cuba and opening more and more U.S. Manufacturers.
Yep. We keep hearing more and more about U.S. or domestic
Yep.
manufacturers
Mhm.
going into Europe. Yep. Absolutely.
It's
Good
a
thing.
huge market. It's still a growing market for us, but
Mhm.
it's a strange market. But U.S. is still number one. It's
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you characterize the white as more of a European,
for sure.
more to a
Mhm,
European palate,
mhm, mhm.
right?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you're thinking ahead on that.
We knew that we had two vans coming into West Tampa. One was going to be the European fan base that enjoyed really enjoyed two cigars from CAO,
Hmm.
Palone and Osa. Those
Hmm.
were their two cigars. Not a big fan of of Flathead. Not a big fan of Session and Bones.
Brasilia, yeah.
More
Hmm.
a Brazilian. That was more like countries like Germany love that, but
Okay.
the vast majority of is now Cubanist, and for whatever reason, I thought Palone and Osa fit that style. So I knew that. So white was going to be for
Yep.
that market, and black for the market for us, my fan base that love the flathead, love the bones, love the session, more dark,
Hmm.
earthy notes. So that was a black. So, but
Neat.
we're surprised as a whole. If you look at the world, it is still 48% white and 52% black. We thought it would separate itself. In
Wow.
America, and right now, America, still that's 47%
Hmm.
to 52, 53. And Europe,
Interesting.
48, 49 for white,
Hmm.
50. So it's amazing how close these
Right.
cigars are right now.
It's not a bad thing though.
No,
That's a
no,
good
no,
thing.
for sure,
That's very good.
for
That's
sure,
very
yeah.
good.
And so if
Very good.
that was shocking to us because by now we should at the year later you should see the separation.
Right.
The box, the reorders. Oh no, I'm cool with white. I need black. I cool
Hmm.
every order. I need white and black, white and black,
That's
white
great.
and black. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Rick, let's wrap this sucker up. Again, thank you so much for coming on. This is I haven't done one of these. You kind of led me into this medium. I've done mostly face-to-face interviews at the
Right,
shows and whatnot,
right.
but hopefully this goes over well. I know I'm off to a good start with a great guest.
Well, thank you.
Um, I much appreciate your time.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I
we
think
got to do this.
yeah. I think in the future you'll see more guys react to this because, especially if you can get them at home. You
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
because now they're relaxed, they're having a drink, they're talking about things that we couldn't talk about
Right.
when face to face at a trade show, bro. There's so much information we're leaving out, but bro, I
Oh yeah.
know, you know how much I respect you. We have a dear common friend, Victoria.
Oh yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Victoria is always on her top of her list, and she has hundreds of people.
Hmm.
Number one, number two, your name is always there. And
No,
so
I
that
appreciate
showed
that.
me a value on your and I love you, bro. You only respected me for day one, so thank you so much for having me
Absolutely.
for the first time
Yeah,
on
man,
this.
I consider you a good friend. I
Thank you,
consider you a
bro.
friend, and I much appreciate you coming on. So hang out
All
for a
right.
minute, and let's close this out, and I'll have this up on YouTube sometime tonight or tomorrow, probably, and see what I can do with it. And thanks for watching.